Yo, 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 it's your boy, Ginger Love Palace, coming at you with a different type of video. Um, I wasn't going to say anything, but I am somewhat local to the area and I've been compelled. This Clearwater Ferry crash, this hit and run, if you will, it's not sitting right with me. One person died, about 10 were injured. Somehow no one's facing any charges. So I started digging, and the guy behind the wheel has a bit of a history. Today we're gonna go over that, and Jeff Knight, the one allegedly behind the crash, go over what happened, why the story changed, and why it might be bigger than it looks. On Sunday night, April 27th, about 8:40 p.m., a Clearwater ferry carrying 45 people was heading back from a sugar sand festival. Out of nowhere, bam! 37-foot boat slams into the back of it. That boat was reportedly, allegedly being driven by Jeff Knight. The crash injured 10 people, and unfortunately, 41-year-old U.S. postal worker Jose Castro died at the scene. At first, the reports called it a hit and run, but later the wording just vanished. Suddenly, officials were saying Knight didn't flee. He allegedly stayed and helped before heading to shore because his boat was taking on water and had an infant on board. On board. That sounds kind of convenient. I'm not saying he didn't help. I'm just saying, at first reports came out, it was hit and run, hit and run, hit and run. But now all the reporting on it lately, hit and run has been quietly scrubbed from the headlines. If it was this clean, why start changing up the language now? You might be asking, who is Jeff Knight? Why is this important? Uh, us here in the local area, most of us know who Jeff Knight is. So this is Jeff Knight. He's not just some random dude borrowing his buddy's boat. He's known in this area. He's very wealthy businessman. He's most known for owning Janice Live, which is a concert venue in St. Petersburg. Like every Floridian has probably been to Janice Live. I've been there over 10 times myself. A lot of big artists come through Janice Live. But more than just owning Janice Live, he owns a couple restaurants down there in St. Pete too. Off the top of my head, McDitton's and Ringside Cafe. Yeah, so I'll put it like this: if you've ever blacked out in downtown St. Pete, the odds are you did it in one of his buildings for sure. All right, so here's where it gets wild. And this is all public information. Feel free to check it out on your own. In 2012, someone fell off his yacht and drowned. The guy had alcohol and cocaine in his system. He was sued, but as far as I could tell, the case got dismissed. In 2019, he crashed into a pontoon boat and injured four people. The charges were dropped, lawsuit was filed, and of course, settled out of court. Uh, More than that, he's had a couple of DUI charges in 2007 and 2012. One was pled down, the other stuck. And then we have another incident where he got in trouble for letting, I believe, his stepson operate his boat. Uh, this dude has more boating incidents than I have unread emails. Like, bro, that's crazy. It's like one more stamp and he gets a free jet ski rental. Like, I I just can't fathom how he has this many incidents in not a long period of time either. Another thing, I wanted to add real quick. Uh, the process to for one to get a boating license, right? All you need to do to get your boater's license is take a online course that you may or may not could just sit there and Google all the answers for this course. It's like if you get like a reckless driving charge or something like that, and you have to take a course to get it off your record, or part of the fine or whatever. You just sit there and take it online. You can look up what any answer. It's like the same thing for your boater's license in the state of Florida, and that's just crazy because you end up with people like this who have an unfathomable amount of incidents and charges in you know hey, anyone can get their boater's license apparently. So after all of that, no charges. Officials say they're still investigating and that they're working with prosecutors. um yeah, and like I said, you guys can feel free to look all this up, but Knight's attorney, he claims the ferry wasn't lit and that Knight stayed to help. But meanwhile, the postal worker that died, Jose, his family is grieving, and they've said that they feel the system failed them, and I mean, I get it. Like, let's be real, 100%. I'm not saying he's guilty of anything. I'm just saying if I did that, if I did what he did, bro, you guys remember when the New York mayor had Luigi, the guy accused of killing that healthcare CEO, how they had him strong, like paraded around New York City? That's what these motherfuckers would do to me. The Clearwater mayor would have me shackled up and just paraded through the city. Oh, we got him, we got him. But Jeff Knight, no charges with this history? Bro, come on now. Come on now. Like I said, this is all alleged, and I'm not saying he committed a crime or anything, but we all know if that was us and not him, things would be different. Yeah, that's the deep dive. There's some people theorizing, not fact, that one of the reasons he fled. They said there's 6 people on board his vessel. Some are theorizing that maybe he wasn't the one driving the boat. I will say whenever they did find him, they gave him a breathalyzer. He did blow zero. He didn't have any alcohol in his system. Uh, but yeah, we have one dead, 10 injured, sketchy history, a whole lot of questions, and is this? You guys tell me in the comments. Is this a crazy tragic accident, or you know something deeper? Them protecting one of their own. Uh, I personally don't feel justice has been served up to this point. Like I said, they're still investigating. So if anything else happens, I will update you guys and let you know. All right, that's it. Peace.